Blizzards. Let's talk about it.
Snow day,
that's the big thing this week.
That's what's on everyone's minds
And
around the world.
We're going to talk about the blizzard from a leftist perspective. Because a lot of people are out there enjoying the snow, and I think that speaks volumes.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about how fucking many volumes
it's a lot of volumes. You'd think it was maybe
That's
one
true.
or two volumes. It speaks at least 11 volumes.
11 volumes.
Of which I've read.
Yeah.
I've read all of them.
No, it speaks them.
It speaks the
Well,
volumes. I've
listened to the volumes.
You don't listen to here's two things you're messing up this week.
Sorry.
You're not listening to the volumes, and you're not listening to Black Indigenous women of color.
Oh no! Every morning I wake up and I thank them, each and every one of them. I read out their names.
Bewok.
Bewoks?
The Bewoks.
The black women.
Ewoks?
Yeah, the black
Ewoks?
yeah, the Bewoks. It's a race that lives on the moon outside of Endor, and basically, you know, they're the dumbest characters in Star Wars.
They're dumber than the Ewoks?
Yes. And they're the most useless, worthless characters. But if it weren't for them, then the Death Star's shield would have never gone down, and Luke Skywalker.
They saved
the
the
white
day.
man wouldn't be able to get all the credit for saving the day.
Yeah, they should have gotten the medals.
That's basically the moral of Star Wars, because the Ewoks, obviously, it's clearly a reference to BIPOC,
you
the
think so?
Black Indigenous people of color. That's clearly what
I don't get that reading.
That's
myself.
clearly what George Lucas meant.
George Lucas.
Yeah. They're supposed to be there's BIPOCs, which are Black Indigenous peoples of color. And so I created the Ewok. So, and they're teddy bears, because there's basically two ways white people can look at Black Indigenous people of color. As sort of sexless, defenseless, cuddly creatures that just soothe their
stuffed animals.
That basically soothe their souls by, they'll just feel pity towards the Ewoks, and that makes them feel better about themselves. Or on the other end of the spectrum, they want to kill them and hunt them for their clothes.
What does your black wife have to say about this, George?
She agrees with this part. What she doesn't agree with. And because this is a matter of narrative, of story.
Right.
Is you couldn't just make a movie, and people used to understand this. You couldn't just make a movie where something bad happens and then it's up to black women to save it. That's boring.
Right.
You need the lone hero. And only white people can afford the benefit of being sort of a lone wolf.
Oh,
white
I see.
men in particular.
It's the way only rich white people can have unpaid internships. It's expensive to be a hero.
You couldn't make a movie about a bunch of black people doing it. It's certainly not a movie like Star Wars. Maybe a different movie.
Yeah.
So
like Soul Plane?
As close as we could get.
Well, Soul Plane was a community.
We have the Ewoks.
It didn't have any lone wolves.
We have the Ewoks bring down the shield, but then it's still up to one very special, unique white man to destroy the Death Star.
Yeah.
And so
kind of a boyish white man.
You reach a parity between the two, where one very powerful white man equates to an entire race of Ewoks.
That's the lesson.
In terms of their shared ability.
Interesting. What? Okay.
And let's not forget that Darth Vader is black.
That's true.
He's a black man.
His voice is black.
And he's Obama to me. In the 70s...
When you were thinking, when you made those Star Wars...
When I wrote Star Wars in the 70s, I was expecting... I said, there's going to be an Obama.
You knew the name and everything. Wow.
I knew that we'd have one.
Shouts out to Barry. Who knows? What do you think he was doing on the snow day? Adam, what do you think Obama was up to?
Probably with his boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, being gay?
Being gay.
I was going to say he was clapping Michelle's cheeks.
No, that's bullshit. You guys saw the tweet about
Michelle
Jill Biden
by the seashore.
Anyways, and Jill, right?
The snow.
Yes. Yeah,
right.
Let's get back to the snow.
The blizzard, because a lot of people aren't thinking about it in these terms. But, if you're out there enjoying it, you're showing your class privilege.
By in what sense?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. This is how you do leftist analysis. You pick something that people are enjoying, and you say, actually...
So snowballs.
Actually, it's
the colonial history of snowballs. Because people don't know this, but when...
Socialism actually follows the same exact trends as markets. So you discover like the parabolic curves of taste.
Yeah, you see what's trending.
You see what's trending, but then you have to make sure you sell out of a position before it gets too hot.
Right. You buy the rumor, you sell the news.
Like Adam was just saying... You know what? The Joker's actually good.
Yeah.
Off mic, you were trying to get in on. You think the
On
market
the hot
is-
2006
Everyone-
Joker
everyone-
market.
Everyone on the left. Everyone
Yeah.
on the left. You know, I'll still be George Lucas for this.
Okay,
yeah,
let's
go
go.
ahead.
Yeah,
They can
welcome
recognize
back.
the macro trend of eventually hating AOC. Correct.
Right.
It's
That's where
no,
it's trending.
no matter what, it's going to end in that direction.
Yes.
That she turns into a lib
like
or
Obama,
whatever,
basically.
whatever you want to call it.
Uh-huh.
But within that macro trend, there is a parabolic curve of hating her and then liking her and navigating those takes
Mm-hmm.
while carving out a leftist grift angle for yourself.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. So this week, maybe you bit off more than you can chew by
Yeah.
making fun of her sexual assault claims.
Right.
Well, see, my position.
That's where you reverse it and say, actually, she's good.
That's where I.
And then
That's what I do.
In 2 weeks, when she does a fucking, instead of talking about healthcare, she does a fashion show with Big Bird.
Yeah.
That's where you buy back in on the AOC hate.
See, I'm long. My position is long. In
You're
the
long
market.
on it.
I like her.
You're investing.
I'm invested. I've
You're
voted
not
for her.
trading.
She's in I'm in her district.
My move is getting
And
wrecked on every
she's-
single move.
She's
Just
pretty
fucking
good.
living for the high of it. Every single play is
Yeah.
wrong.
Uh-huh.
Even though you recognize the long-term trend, in the channel, you're just fucking bouncing back and off the wall. Just really just demolishing yourself and getting fucked up the entire time.
Yeah.
Riding the high, I say, the high of losing.
Yep. It does feel electric.
When I
It does.
win, I feel nothing.
It does.
When I lose, I feel great.
I feel it all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel bad, but I'm feeling.
I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I lose to feel.
Honestly, the people really don't understand. It
Uh-huh.
feels way better to just get absolutely destroyed.
To
Yeah.
care about something.
To think that you're going to have a chance
Oh,
out,
absolutely.
because what it does is it confirms what you know on a very basic level, that the terminus of all of this is death, a meaningless death. Everyone will forget.
We're all
you.
going to the same place.
And then you know what? Because you're in a take channel yourself that is directed towards negativity, like everybody. People can't wait to figure out when to take shots at you after you die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be beloved.
No,